What up, what up, what up, everybody? It's your boy Alex P, King of Sin City, Mr. 702, and this is King of Vegas podcast, episode number 6. Baby, we are here, we are live, we are episode number 6, and I'm super excited to be here today. I got my lemonade, my pink lemonade, because, you know, we are Beehive. You know, we ain't got the tea, we got the lemonade. I'm super excited for today's episode, but before we get into it, you know, we got to go ahead and get with the outfit. The outfit ain't never really given, you know, I'm on a budget, so, you know, cocky on a budget, but, you know, we still cute. So... okay, so today I got this beanie on, black beanie. I have this jean jacket that I had gotten from, I think I got it from Ross or Didi's Discount. If you know, you know the Ross and the Didi's Discount, then you know. But if you don't, get on it. You know what I'm saying? These pants are black Dickies. They were from the Goodwill. I think they were $4.99. The jacket, I believe, was $17.99. And the t-shirt that I have on, what's the sweater? It's a Las Vegas sweater that I got from Fremont Street, and it was you know, $7.99. I acted like I was visiting the city, and you know, went and got me a little sweater. So that's what I'm wearing today. Nothing too fancy, nothing too schmancy, but you know, I'm ready to get into today's topic, ladies and gentlemen. And the category is King of Vegas podcast. No, I'm super excited. Today we're going to talk about the FX original television drama series Pose. Okay, y'all, so I got my glasses on because I'm going to do a little bit of reading for y'all. Let me go ahead and take a sip of this pink lemonade. I love pink lemonade so much. Okay, so Pose. Today we're going to talk about the television series Pose. So for those of you guys who don't know what Pose is an American drama television series about New York City's ball culture and LGBTQ subculture in the African American and Latino communities, Latino Hispanic communities throughout the 1980s and 1990s. So the featured characters are dancers and models who compete for trophies and recognition in this underground culture and who support one another in a network of chosen families known as houses. Okay, so Pose is set in 1987 through 1998 throughout the 3 seasons of the series, and looks at the juxtaposition of several segments of life and societies in New York City at that time. Okay, so they're talking about, like I said, the African American and Latino ball culture world. They get into, what else do they get into? They get into the downtown social and literary scene and the rise of yuppie and HIV. So the head creator of the show is Ryan Murphy. And for those of you guys who are not familiar with Ryan Murphy, he's responsible for creating some of the most iconic television shows of today. He is the creator of American Horror Story and the spinoff American Horror Stories. He's responsible for the television show Glee. And he's also responsible for Nick Tuck. So if you guys aren't familiar with those shows, they're very iconic shows and very popular shows. So I'm very sure that everybody is pretty familiar with them, but if not, go ahead and check them out. I believe that they're all available on Hulu. But basically, Ryan Murphy, before we go ahead and just actually get into the show, Ryan Murphy, I would say, is very much responsible for creating opportunities for LGBTQ plus entertainers within Hollywood as of today. He's from, I would say, since the start of Glee and beyond, he's always made it very much a point to tell stories, real stories within the LGBTQ community. And when I say that he created opportunities for the entertainers with that community, I mean, he's giving LGBTQ actors and just queer actors, queer entertainers within Hollywood, he's giving them proper representation. And by that I mean I would say like before Glee, if there was a gay character on the show, it was a very typecast character. It was a very cliche. They usually were just playing like the best friend, or just making like a quick cameo because he's like the husband side dude or something. That's usually like kind of the only type of gay stories or LGBTQ stories that we would see on television until about 2009 when Glee came around. And I would say that Ryan Murphy also, he very much pushes the limit when it comes to telling our stories. He walks that line between what's acceptable and what's not acceptable to tell. And I believe that I would definitely have to give him credit for bringing that comfort And when I say the comfort, I mean the comfort of us being able to tell our stories and people not telling us to shut the fuck up, and us telling them, nah, bitch, you shut the fuck up and listen to what we got to say. Like, I would definitely have to say that Ryan Murphy is a huge part of that entire movement. And, you know, I got to give him a shout out for that, you know? Okay, so let's finally get into it. Pose. Now, I just want to say, I just, as of like 2 weeks ago, within this April of 2024, I just seen the show Pose, like within this last week, actually. Between episode 5 and episode 6, I binge watched all 3 series. It's only 26 episodes. And something about that, today, every season is like 8 episodes. When growing up, it was like 22 episodes. At least we would get a season. But, you know, we're getting good quality television instead of quantity television. So I guess that's kind of good. I guess it's kind of worth the wait. But it was very quick, very fast. It was 8 episodes, 10 episodes, 8 episodes, and then that was the series. The series debuted in June of 2018, and it wrapped up in June. Season 3 ended up debuting in June of 2021 and ended up wrapping up that summer. So the series is about ball culture in New York City, ball culture within the LGBTQ subculture, within the African American and Latino Hispanic community. The series takes place in 1987 and summons up in 1998. And the series follows a trans woman by the name of Blanca. And by the way, this is like the first television series to have an all trans woman lead cast. There are a couple gay men in there, but for the majority, all of the leads are trans women. And this is the first time ever in television history that we've seen something like this. You know, and this show, I would say, came about like at the perfect time in life. At a time where we really just needed to, I don't know, I really feel like this show, because I've always heard about it. At the time when the show came out, I was still not allowed to be 100% comfortable in my sexuality. Well, I guess I wasn't welcomed by my friends or my family. It was very much the end of this era where people were allowed to discriminate you, and you can't say nothing back, or you're the villain now and they're the victim because everybody's just playing. And people are allowed to play like that. People were allowed to play like that in front of your face. And I don't know, like, people would beat your ass if you're a gay man, you know, things like that. That was very much like the last of the days. And to think that that was like 6 years ago only, you know what I mean? When the show came out, it was literally the final days of that era. Okay, so the television show follows this woman by the name of Blanca. She's a trans woman who comes to New York City, and basically is just trying to find herself and a home and a safe space. You know, she gets kicked out of her home. Her mother kicks her out of her house because she just decides to unapologetically finally gets to become herself, and unapologetically gets to become this trans woman in life. And she goes to New York and attends a ball. And, you know, her first night, well, we get to see this later on in the show. This isn't all in the first episode, but basically how she gets to New York, she was just trying to find herself. She ended up finding her mother, Electra. So basically her first night, she gets booed. She's being told she's ugly. She almost gets in a fight with these other trans women. And she gets saved by her mother. So she basically joins the House of Abundance and is there for a couple years. So fast forward, episode 1, we get to see Blanca kind of just fed up with the house that she's in. Nobody ever really listens to her. And when she has an idea, nobody wants to accept her idea, but it will be accepted when everybody else says her idea out loud. She's just kind of sick of it. And she's like very much knows her worth. And I guess the house that she's in wasn't the family and the environment and the community that she truly was searching for. So she decides to leave the house and starts her own house called the House of Evangelista. So basically throughout the series, we get to follow the house of Evangelista and get to see people come in and out. We get to see them compete in ball, and we get to just see all the personal lives and the struggles with everybody that comes in and out of the house. So while she leaves, starts her home, Blanca finds out throughout this entire process that she's HIV positive. And this is kind of like the start of the HIV and the AIDS movement. And this is the start of the LGBTQ community fighting back and demanding equal rights to healthcare. And it just gets emotional because like, we were really just like not cared about. Like we really were just no better than, this is the 1980s. This is only fucking 40 years ago. You know what I mean? 40 years ago. Black and brown LGBTQ community members were just treated like dirt in the ground. They were not being getting the fair treatment that white people were getting. And we really got to just see a glimpse in the world that people really got to live in, and the people that you just got to see the fight that people fought for people like myself didn't have to fight. So that way I could just come out so comfortably and live my life so comfortably today. You know what I mean? And it's a lot, you know. I really don't want to say too much, but I just want to kind of give little details. It's a really good show. You guys need to go watch it. But basically, we follow Blanca. And Blanca is just I love her character so much because I feel like I relate to her so much because she truly is just such a pure heart. She just wants to, she's not worried about receiving. She just wants to give. And she just wants people to know that they're loved. And she just wants to be the right leader. And I don't really know how to put it together. She really just wants good for the people within her community. And she has a really, really pure heart about it all. And it's so crazy because everybody within her own people were just kind of like down talking her and just telling her that she can't do it. And she kind of just needs to give up the fight. And she never gave up, no matter how many times people told her to. And I love Blanca so much because she sees not just the good, but the greatness in everybody. She believes that everybody is capable of achieving greatness. And you know what? Growing up, oh my goodness, I really wish I would have seen the show when it came out, because growing up, you guys, I didn't think that I was capable of achieving any type of greatness. I didn't think that I was worth anything. I didn't think I don't know. I just thought I was completely worthless, and I wish I could have had a Blanca growing up so bad. I wish I could have had a Blanca so bad growing up. Somebody to just believe in me and believe in my talents and believe in my heart and believe in the love that I have, and just knowing that what I bring is enough. You know, I really, really wish that I could have had somebody like that. And I do have somebody like that. I don't get to see them a lot, but they're my fairy godmother. His name is Javon Johnson. And I met him a couple years out here in Las Vegas. Ooh, I'm not going to tell you how we met. Ha! That's a story for us. Now, Blanca is human. She's very much as human and has her moments of doubt. Like, she definitely has her moments of doubt. But she's so quick to like get back out there. And you know what? It really is just the people around that she surrounded herself with and the family that she created. That's the reason why she goes so hard and why she fights so hard for these moments. you know, and just to keep going. You know what I mean? All her children became something in life because she loved them enough. You know what I mean? Like, and it trips me out how, like, it just trips me out how, like, I really, like, I could relate to her so much. You know what I mean? Okay, so I want to kind of move on to some other of my favorite characters of the show. But I would say the person that I was born, Alexander, very much relates to Blanca, point blank period. But the person that I created, Alex P, Kingston City, Mr. 702, the GOAT, the CEO and voice of motherfucking Las Vegas, Nevada, point blank motherfucking period and per, baby. I would say Alex P is definitely, Electra Evangelista. I would definitely say Electra and Alex P, one in the same, hunty. Now, the reason why I would say that is because Alex P and Electra Evangelista, they're both go-getters. They're both so fearless. They both don't give a fuck. They both know what they deserve. We both know what we deserve. Electra knows exactly who she is unapologetically, without question of a doubt. And the thing that I love about Electra is that, like, she's not looking for acceptance. She's not looking for acceptance. She's looking to show off. You know what I mean? And I love that about her. I love that about her so much. I love that she's not afraid to chase and get that motherfucking bag by any fucking means, baby. Period. By the way, she is the fashion icon of the show. The fashion icon of the show. Like, if Electra outdresses everybody in the world. Everybody in the world. She is a Miranda Priestly, darling. Period. Outdoing Miranda Priestly. I feel like, I don't know, just like how much of a boss she is. And she's just not afraid of anything. But one thing that I feel like Electra is afraid of is her own potential. And that's something that I could very much relate to. I feel like another thing that we both relate to is no matter how tough or how much we claim that we don't give a fuck or how cold-hearted we have to get at times, deep fucking down, we really just want to help our community. At the end of the day, I think that's why everybody loves Electra so much, is because we all want to be an Electra. We all want to be the head boss in charge. We want to be able to walk in a room and know that we have the power, and know that everybody knows that we have the power. We want to be filthy fucking rich. We want to have it all. And filthy fucking rich might not even mean money to you. It might just mean something else. But whatever it means, you know that you have a dream and you want to achieve it. And I think most people, not everybody, some people are selfish hoes, but most people want to give back when they receive it all. And the more and more Electra received, the more and more she gave back. You know what I mean? No matter how much, but also too, she didn't play that shit. She didn't play that shit and wasn't afraid to, to check you and put you in your place. And at the end of the day, I think what I loved about her was she was a fighter. She didn't want to really hear what people had to say when it came to her, but she would listen to the truth. She would listen to the truth, and she would give in if need be. And I feel like that's such a real one. You know what I mean? They try to pin her as the villain of the show. She very much can be the villain at times, but I feel like the more and more we watch, the more and more we get to understand just exactly why she is the way she is. And she has to be the way she is. It's a lot. And I love when we get to see, there's an episode where we get to truly see who she is and how she got there and why she's there. Man, I really feel like she definitely deserved herself more recognition than she did get, and then that she has now. I feel like she should be on everything. So played by Dominique Jackson, I believe it is. So shout out to Elektra. Yeah, no matter how much Elektra and Alex P receive, we really just want to give back. We really just want to bless everybody. But another one of my faves, absolutely my favorite of them all, darling, would have to be Papi. I love Papi. Papi is definitely zaddy. Let's get into it. Papi is I think he's bisexual, or like, what is it called when you're like sexually fluid, like pansexual. He admits on the show that he is accepting to make love to everything, you know what I'm saying, that loves him back. And I think that's what made Papi so attractive, was like he was just so unapologetic about his sexuality, and he truly never cared and never tried to hide himself. And I think that's what turned me on about him the most. And I'm not gonna lie, he was a good man. He ended up getting with old girl Angel's fine ass on the show. Angel is a trans woman as well, who goes through. Angel just goes through so much season 1. I just want to give her a hug. But then Papi comes and saves her season 2 and season 3. Ha 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 ha! Spoiler alert. You know, sorry about that. But Papi, he is what everybody wants when they looking for a man. I ain't gonna lie, loyal, dedicated, loving, committed, fine. Like, every time this man came on TV, y'all, my heart and my jaw would melt. No cap. Like, seriously, I didn't know what to do. I wanted him so bad, and every time he would tell Angel how much he loved him, I'd be like, Papi, you supposed to tell me that. No, but for real, Papi definitely was like a favorite character of mine. But most importantly, because he was a good friend. You know, he doesn't really believe in himself, and he doesn't believe in his worth, and he doesn't really see his worth. He just kind of sees the best of what he can get in the environment that he's in, which really isn't his fault, because that's just what he was raised around, and that's usually kind of the norm. You just are always told that this is as best as it gets, so you kind of have to kind of make the best out of it. And when he joins the House of Evangelista, his life does change for the better. And I'm definitely really, really proud of people like him, because I love seeing people do a complete 180 in life. You know what I mean? I love Papi so much. I love that, like I said, I just love that he loved Angel so much. And he just wanted to make her know that she was just like the most beautiful thing in the world to him. You know what I mean? And even when Angel couldn't see her own beauty, he had enough love for the both of them. You know what I mean? So season 3, I ain't gonna lie, Ryan, you pissed me off with that little plot twist that he had to go through season 3, and everything that happened before the marriage. That pissed me off. But whatever, Papi. I'm gonna let them all run around the house. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, for a Papi. But yeah, I love me some Papi. I love me some Elektra. I love me some Blanca. Love Angel as well. Angel I think is was and is such a great representation for a lot of trans women and what they have to go through from the process of just trying to find themselves. You know what I mean? This series is out of this world incredible. 10s all across the boards, no pun intended. 5 stars. I really don't know how else to put it. I mean, I definitely think that the writers, the producers, the directors, the creators, the actors, everybody did their thing to deliver. This is definitely one of the greatest television shows that I've seen of all time. And I love how it allowed me to understand my trans brothers and sisters within the LGBTQ community a lot better, because I've always noticed that trans women, and I've said this on my last episode, that I've always noticed that trans women and trans men, they go through it the most and they're discriminated the most within our community, and especially by our own people. You know what I mean? I feel like we tend, and I'm not going to exclude myself because I'm part of this community, and if I have to take accountable of the whole community, I have to include myself. Even though I don't play with my trans brothers and sisters, baby, I accept everybody, but I can't exclude myself because I am a part of this community, and I think that we as a whole, we need to stop discriminating our own people so much, especially our trans brothers and sisters, because we're all that they have outside of their own. Because I feel like the trans community is their own community within LGBTQ. Lesbians, gay, bisexual, queer, we do have our own struggles on our own, but for the most part, we stick together. And for some reason, I noticed that the trans community is always purposely like, we just try to like overlook them, and I'm not sure why. It definitely gets upsetting to me, and I just want to let my trans brothers and sisters to know that I am an ally. Baby, I got your back, and I'm always gonna have your back, and I just support you guys, and I love you guys, and just know that, Brother P here, baby. Ha. But I loved this television show. I wish we could get one more season or like a movie. I regret not watching it while it premiered. I really, really wish that I could have, but maybe I wasn't ready for that yet. Maybe I wouldn't have been as accepting to it. You know what I mean? I don't know, but there's the perfect timing for everything. You know what I mean? This show definitely did more than just, it inspired me to want to evolve and just be a greater person, and to just follow my dreams. You know what I mean? And to just want to be kinder to other people, to be the example that I want others to be for me. You know what I mean? And I feel like this show proved to me that it starts with me. You know what I mean? So I loved it. I feel like you guys definitely need to check it out. I didn't get into too much. I wanted to just sit here and blab for an hour, but I can't. I need you guys to go and watch the television show. Pose, Pose, live, work, pose, ha ha ha. It's available on Hulu. I'm really, really excited. Next week, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some giveaway info. We're going to finally talk about the $200 that I have been highly anticipating on the show. And one of you guys are going to take it home. It's going to be via Cash App. So make sure you have Cash App ready, because if you don't have Cash App and you ask me, can I do Venmo, Apple Pay, or something else, I'm going to say no, and then you lose your prize. Don't play with me, honey. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. Shout out to Michaela J. Rodriguez. Baby girl, you really, really changed my life. You really, really did. Just watching this story, the story of Blanca, you telling that story, I don't think anybody else could have done it. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. King of Vegas Podcast, King of Vegas Pod on X. Make sure you follow me at Mr. King of Sin City on all your all social media platforms. Stream my music, Alex P, AlexXx P3, and we will be up on all your favorite podcast platforms very soon. I know I keep just like forgetting to do that. We will be up on all your favorite podcast platforms very soon. I'm gonna go ahead and get that going for you guys. Alex P, King of Sin City, King of Vegas Podcast, episode 6. I'm really, really excited for next week. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you soon.